What is going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. What's going on, guys? Just started the live stream. Setting up here on TikTok as well. Gonna go live on TikTok and YouTube same time. Appreciate everyone that's here early. Shout out to Eric, Harley, Jay. Thank you to all of you guys. And also, if you guys do use X, follow me on there. I know Harley has X, but if you guys also have X, follow me on there. I'm pretty active on X. All right, let's go live here on TikTok as well. There we go. All right, we should be good now. Awesome. All right, take a look here at the markets. I did buy something regarding crypto recently. It's pretty cool. I'll share what it is. It's actually like a punch-in tablet like this. So like this is a regular one, right? It's like steel, but this one you have to like basically like scratch or whatever with the steel, with another steel pen or whatever, right? But this one that I bought, it's like a punch-in and it's like numbers, and it's based on binary. So it's like you put the number for each row, right? Then you got to convert that to it's actually simple, but it's kind of complicated if you never used it before. So I learned how to like, okay, you got to convert that number from binary to basically regular, and then from that, when you get that regular number, you go to the list of the seed phrase, right? The seed phrase list, and you get that the word from that way. So I really like it. It's very unique, and it was only like $9. Once I get it, I'll probably do a review video on it. What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining the live stream. Let's take a look here at Bitcoin at 103K. Bitcoin did pull back here, which is not too surprising, right? Pulling back here to that 50-week moving average here. So you know, after that bullish close here around 104, we did come back down here for another retest, and I feel like this is very well possible, right? So we got 5 days left for this week. We did pretty well last week, even though with that nice wick. Let's hope to God we don't close below this week, right? Let's see what happens here. But we're very oversold here on the weekly, that is. And on the monthly, at least we're holding this very psychological level here, where we had a big top back in January. We closed around the same level. So, you know, I'm very well confident buying at these levels. I think we can definitely get a big bounce here, as you can see right here, based on the monthly, right? So like I said, that 50 week, we're right on it right now on this week. We got 5 days left, but that 50 week, which is in green, right? So it's 50. Wait, my bad. Is it 50? Yeah, it is the 50. Yeah, as you can see, the 50 in green. It's actually, I mean, it's the exact price, 103, 100, 103. Yeah, we're literally right on it. So we can't close below that. We haven't closed below the 50 week. I mean, since back in 2023 when we broke above, well, actually not right here, like right here, right? We that 50 week was resistance back in 2023 February for basically 3 weeks, and then we broke above it, and we haven't been below that. We haven't closed below that since 2022, 20K Bitcoin, 22K Bitcoin. Ever since then, we've been You know, we had that massive retest here after the halving. Didn't close below it. We went below it, right? We went below it again. And recently we went below it again. So if you do get a close here, a lower low, a close here below that 50 week on the monthly, that's not looking good. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. Don't forget to like. I'm doing good, Eric. How about you? Check, please, Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, and XRP first because it's really late here. I got you, bro. I got you. So I just checked out Bitcoin. We'll take a look here at ETH. Let's see how ETH is holding up. So ETH still on this massive downtrend here on the weekly, right? We can see the trend is still it's still down, right? It's still coming down here, and seeing how we broke that previous low right here, right? We're probably gonna get a retest of like 3,280. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually before the week is out, right? We come down there. If we put a lower close here on ETH, it's not looking good. It's not looking good because then we'll probably revisit that 50 week, which is around 3,150. Okay. So right now, ETH closing below was like 3,494, right? Putting in that new low right there, closing below this massive support level. We're probably gonna go to like 3,150 and test that 50 week. So short term, it really depends on this week, right? This week, where we head out this week. But right now we're kind of bearish, right? For at least this move down in the short term. Even though we're extremely oversold, doesn't mean we bottomed yet. I think 200 MA getting tested. The 200, yeah, the 200 is right here. So the 200 MA for ETH is 2,454 on the week. It's my orange one. So this is a big MA because we can see right here ETH massive dump. That was the bottom. I mean, for multiple weeks, right? Boom, 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 boom. That 200 is a big important level. Same thing right here. We broke above it, but we kind of stayed ranging here until we finally broke. And if we do retest that level, I mean, that's going to be a big drop from where we're at right now, 2,500, 2,450. So I would say the first step is closing below 3,490. If we get that, we'll probably get a test at the Fibonacci was 3,300, and then that 50 week, which is 3,150. So that's the first step. What in the world is going on with that? Jasmine, Doge, and XRP. Let's check out, speaking of XRP, let's check out XRP next to see what it's doing here. Because on the weekly, we're kind of getting that resistance here on the 50 week, right? We lost that 50 week. We see that this week, we closed right on it. And now we're getting a bearish wick down here, right? Even though it's still a green candle, right? Well, last week we got rejected. We closed right here, and now we opened up here. We're kind of a hammer candle, but yeah, that 50 week on the weekly here for XRP not looking good. It's acting as resistance here, so we can, if we do continue that, right? If we get a weekly close below it, most likely will come down to like 220 or even $2 XRP to test that lower range low, right? So yeah, there's a big probability we do come down to 2 if we get a bearish weekly close here. Kind of looks like a fake out here, right? We try to fake above, fake break out to the upside and break to the downside. On the daily too, you can kind of see, okay, XRP, also the 50 week on XRP, right? The 50 MA. Not the 50, I think it's the 50 MA on the daily. I mean, we can have a scenario where we do pull back here. We kind of have like a massive inverse head and shoulders, right? So the daily is looking interesting. Solana's dead. Let's take a look at Solana here. Let's cover all of Eric's coins. Don't forget to like, guys. Like, follow. If you guys want to get the best crypto cold storage wallet, it is coming out this November. If you pre-order before November 23rd, you get the free wireless charger. It's, in my opinion, the Trezor Safe 7. I think this is going to be the best crypto cold storage wallet. I already pre-ordered mine. If you guys want to help out my channel, you can use my link in my profile. But I definitely recommend it because, number one, the most important thing about a cold storage wallet is security. It's fully open source, has great user interface. Trezor is very trusted, so very big fan of it. So like Solana, man, Solana. Look, if we get Solana is losing that 25 MA here on the monthly. So I mean, we got 19 days left, but Solana getting close like this around this level, it's not good, right? We'll probably come down to revisit and test that 133. We lose that, we go to that 50 around 110. But this is going to be a big monthly close for Solana, so we have to recover. We have to close above that 25 MA, which is around 157, 160, right? You can kind of see here too on the monthly, Solana is kind of, we're flipping here on stochastic, so it kind of shows we might continue this momentum to the downside to at least test 133, right? Even if we do, right, I'm still bullish. Even if Solana comes down here to that 133. So I would say, look, next support level for Solana, don't get scared. 133, 132, we lose that. We'll probably come to 110, 103. Okay. But you don't want to get greedy, right? If we do fall down to that 133, it might be the lowest it goes here. We're already very oversold. So we wick down there, we touch that, and then we put in the higher low, right? So all these charts get invalidated. What do you mean all these charts get invalidated? All my charts are situational. So like I said, so I never tell you guys exactly what's going to happen, right? It's based on, one thing triggering the other, right? Like I just showed you with Solana, we get that, we got a bearish close below that, will come down to 133, right? Bitcoin 67, then 150K. Bull run starts in March like we've never seen before. You think so? You think we're going to 57K? And then 150K. I do think we top out in 2026 for sure, but I don't know if we'll have that big drop. Maybe. Let's see some more coins you guys got. Comment some more coins on here. I think someone commented Jasmine, so let's check out Jasmine because I know Jasmine's been kind of weird here. So Jasmine's been putting in a new low each month here, right? Boom, boom, boom. And we're very oversold here on the monthly for Jasmine. The good thing is that we're still holding this level. We had to come down here to retest the bear market resistance top right there, right? So if we do find a bottom here for Jasmine, it would be above this zone right here. And we will still be bullish, right? I would still say there's a chance Jasmine could have a big move here if we find a bottom here, right? To the upside. What can't happen is we can't keep, continuing down, and we have to hold this level right there, this next level. On the weekly, let's take a look here on the weekly. This is very important on the weekly, right? We lose this level, we close below here on the weekly, below 0091, because we're testing the lows here from the last crash where we had that very bearish close right there for Jasmine. We're testing that low. We close below that slightly right here. We're probably going to 0069, right? So again, it's, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying if we get that bearish close right here, if we start dropping and we get that weekly, we get a new low here for Jasmine, the momentum is probably going to take us down to here. All right. If we get a weekly close above this, there's a big chance, you know, the probability is we do double bottom here basically. And then we potentially come back up to test that 21.25 MA. Okay. So very situational. I'm still bullish on Jasmine. It's just not one of my biggest holdings, but I definitely don't think this will go back to all-time highs, right? When it was like $4. But there's still a big chance this can make a big run here, this bull market. So yeah. You guys are killing it. Thank you guys for the likes. Almost 2,000 likes. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You checked them out. I'm not going to sleep. I'm now going to sleep and wish you a great day. See you next time. Eric, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great sleep. All right, we got AVAX, Aerodrome. Let's do them in order. I think Aerodrome was called out first. But don't worry, guys. I'm going to check out all your favorite altcoins. So just stay tuned. And we're going to check them out. All right, so Aerodrome. Looking at it right here. We're kind of in this, we're still in this bearish channel, right, for Aerodrome. Something kind of like that. So I mean, look, you know, there's still a big chance we can test the middle point of this channel, which is around here, and kind of have like a massive inverse head and shoulders, right? If we fail to break out here, right, we kind of have a big drop, test this level, and for bullish here, we have an inverse head and shoulders, bullish formation, and then we break out. Right, kind of forming like that. So I mean, that's the scenario that can happen for sure, especially the market starts to move down on the monthly. All right, so we're testing those levels. We're having some resistance here, so most likely that can very well play out here. Especially, I mean, on the weekly, you can see how on the weekly we broke out here, right? So on the weekly, you start to see sort of like a trend reversal here, breaking. Closing below the 21 MA and then the 25, and that probably signals that we're probably going down to the 74 cents around there to retest this level right here. All right. So overall, long term, I'm bullish on Aerodrome, and we can see it's been performing pretty well here compared to the overall market, right? It hasn't dumped as much as other altcoins. So I think that says a lot in itself. And once the market really does take off, we can see a huge explosion. Whether, you know, we pull back, we put in a higher low here somewhere. You know, Aerodrome back to all-time highs, 237. Now let's put a Fibonacci. I kind of want to see where, you know, our targets here. Let's do a Fibonacci on Aerodrome. And you can see there's a lot of support right there at that 0.5, right? We're holding that 0.32, so you know, when we have that next explosion, right, we can probably see $4.28 to what is that, 5.30, right? And then possibly the all-time high could be somewhere around here, around $10. So just giving you guys some projections for Aerodrome. Yeah. You guys been killing it. Thank you guys. But yeah, man, as of right now, yeah, you know, Bitcoin getting this weekly close right there. It's not looking good. So we got 5 days left. Let's see if it happens. Pepe, I think Pepe was the next one, right? Pepe Sui. Take a look here at Pepe. Again, guys, if you guys want the best cold storage wallet, pre-order the Trezor Safe 7. I did a first impressions video on YouTube and on here. Do not hold your crypto on a hot wallet or on an exchange. I mean, I think it's fine to hold a little bit on an exchange that is, well, you know, it's pretty big up there, but the majority of your crypto should be on a cold storage wallet. When you want to sell it, you send it to an exchange, right? But you want to have self-custody of it. It's not really your crypto if you hold it on an exchange, okay? So So honestly, Pepe, it's gonna be a big month for Pepe. I'm not gonna lie. We get a monthly close here below that 0.38, 0.38 Fibonacci, which we've been holding for months and months and months before that God candle, right? We get if we close right here, right, or anywhere below here, we're probably gonna dump down here. Okay, at 41. And then if, you know, if we're still bearish there, we can't hold that, right? We continue to move down. We'll probably go to the 618, and then that'll be the bottom. So I'm just giving you here a scenario here on what can happen for Pepe. But as of right now, there's a big chance that we do come down here, right? Based on how we're looking here on the monthly. We got 19 days. Let's take a look here on the weekly. And the weekly is pretty, you know, I can see us coming down here, testing this support level right here. So you can see short term, the trend is down, right? We're putting in new lows each week, and I could see us retest these levels. If we don't hold 52 or so, then we come down to 40. We don't hold 42, 40. We come down to 26. So pretty critical level here for Pepe. Long term, I'm bullish though. I do expect it to hold one of these Fibonacci levels here if we do have that big drop. I think, oh yeah, AVAX and then SUI. You got near AR. AR is R weave, right? AVAX is holding pretty good here. We had a big drop. We're holding up pretty well here. That 0.78 right there. I did buy some AVAX just because it's down a ton, and because it's not completely bearish here, right? I don't expect AVAX to come down here to bear market levels. I would expect it to at least find a bottom here around that $15 mark. All right. So there still is a chance we can pull back to $15 and kind of bottom out here before just bottoming out here. Bear market is coming. Come on, guys. Beat liquidity. Others. Mustachore, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. And I appreciate you being selling your crypto early, buddy. Just don't forget to FOMO. Don't forget to FOMO back in. But yeah, let's see right here. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty bullish on AVAX here. I would expect it to hold this level. It's very oversold. And this is what I'm saying. Like, everyone is, all these guys here are a bit with this bearish sentiment. This always happens on a massive retest when we're very oversold. Everyone gets super bearish here, right? Bitcoin coming down here to 100K. Right? Every time we have these massive retests to these psychological point of controls like this, like Bitcoin right here, right? And Ethereum right here, where Ethereum is coming down here to a multi-year top level, right? Everyone gets super bearish, right? The media, everyone gets bearish. Everyone gets scared, calling the top to be in. We're extremely oversold. And then what happens is we bottom out, right? What happens is we go a little bit lower. So we go a little bit lower. Everyone's like, I told you so. You were wrong, this and that. We go a little bit lower. Then we short squeeze back up. They're like, okay, I'm not falling for it. And then we pump, right? And then they're like, okay, and they FOMO in at higher prices. So Chainlink, Shiba. Take a look at Chainlink. Well, good. Hopefully you don't FOMO back in, because you'll be, if you FOMO back into higher prices, you definitely got to be looking to sell soon, right? Because I believe the top will be in 2026. Yeah. Well, what makes you think the top is in? Let me know. So Chainlink. Oh yeah, I forgot about Sui. I'll check out Sui next. We're getting bullish divergence here on Chainlink, right, on the weekly. So I would expect a big bounce here very soon. You can see right here. We can still come down lower to around 13, 14 bucks. All right, but every time we have this type of bullish divergence here, we usually have a big bounce pretty soon. So we could probably test here a little bit more and then have that put in the higher low, right? So I'm liking Chainlink on the Chainlink at $15 and under. I think is a steal, to be honest. Especially being the fact that it's testing its 50 week right here, right? We're holding our 50 week. We went down to our 50 week, our 50 MA here in green. We're holding it. We bounced off of it. We're trying to come back here around that 0.5. Look, if we get a close on the monthly here, below that 0.5. So on the monthly, we got to close at above 1581, right? If we don't close below above 1581 on the monthly, we're probably gonna go down to that 50 MA again, right around 1346. All right, so we wick down to it. If we don't get that good close, we're probably gonna go down to it slowly. And it really starts with the weekly, right? Last week we closed above that 0.5. This week we lost it. So we got 5 days left here. We closed below here. Probably signals more downside to 14. Yo, Lewis, what's up? Is XCN a big hibernation? XCN, yeah, I'll check it out. Let's check out Sui first. I promise, Sui. Then we'll check out XCN. Check out Sui. All right, so let's see right here. I mean, Sui is a great example of a coin that's, you know, retesting a big point of control, right here. This is a big point of control for Sui, where we had the top here back in March, right? We went from basically like $2 Sui. We went from like $2 Sui all the way down to like 69 cents. We came here, we bounced on it once. Lower lows, all right, lower lows, lower highs, and then we're retesting it now. So this is gonna be like I said, it's gonna be a big month for Sui. We closed below. We put a new monthly close here, a lower monthly close. There's a big chance we could go to that 0.38, which is around 120 Sui. There really is, right? So it really is all about the closing, right? The closing is everything, because we get that bearish closing. What happens here? We're gonna come down to that 0.38 Fibonacci. And kind of do something like that, right? Where just boom, right? So it'll definitely be a big drop for Sui. Either way, like I'm buying a lot of these altcoins, even knowing that we can have a big drop, right? I'm not going all in, but I'm buying. Gav's dad, thank you for the roses, appreciate it. Right, you never want to be going all in, but I have been buying, right? I'm gonna be honest, I have been buying. I know this is a big point of control, as you can see here for Sui. And you know, it's not confirmed yet that we're breaking this point of control and the bears are in control to bring us down to that level yet. Okay, like I said, the closing is everything. This could easily be a big fake out to the bottom, right? Every time we always got to retest, right? Every time we get something like that, you know, we're coming down here to retest it again. We got 5 days left on the weekly. Then towards the end of the week, we recover back up, right? But let's see here the price action as we get towards the end of the weekly. As of right now, it's bad, right? We get a weekly close here. We get a close here. Then we're probably going lower here for Sui. Shouts to Gav's dad for the 106 roses. Appreciate it. I honestly, I think Sui long term is very, very bullish. I think this is a great opportunity. I added more to my Sui holdings, just being honest. I do think that has a good amount of utility. And I mean, Sui can really be that explosive Solana of this run, right? Ever since Sui was launched, it's just been in this really big, kind of like a megaphone pattern, right? We're kind of like this, right? So you know, even if we do crash down to that 120 level here for SUI, I would still be bullish. I'm not gonna lie. Right, we're still in this big megaphone type of pattern here, if you want to call it, which is a massive uptrend to the upside. It's just a long-term uptrend. But I see SUI going to $15 max, right? $15 to even 24. Yeah, I do think SUI will run hard too. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, look, right now, you know, SUI had a massive run here, right? We had a local top, and ever since then, it's just been ranging. If it loses this range, it'll go down here to this new range here, and we'll probably get a decent bounce, put in that lower high, I mean the higher low, and then recover this range. So just giving you a scenario here. I'm bullish for November. I think November will probably have a good, I believe, you know, we had a really good start to October. Then we had a really bad ending to October. I think November will be the opposite. Right, we had a really bad start to November. And then we'll probably have a good end to November. And now I'm bearish going into, I'm bullish going into 2026. But I'm definitely getting ready, right? You guys should be getting ready to sell. I think 2026 is really going to be that explosive year. And we all know when we have that explosive euphoria phase, it's very short-lived. So you really got to be you got to have your emotions in check. You got to be ready to press the sell trigger and just, you know, sell at those big high prices. You don't see Bitcoin break. I believe it can break 100K, right? I'm still buying, even knowing that there's a probability it could break 100K. A lot of people are calling for 96K, 95, 96K, which is a big target. And there's other people calling for 90, 92, right? The 21 moving average on the monthly right now is around 87. But, you know, if you do go down there, it'll probably be around 90 to 88. The 21 MA on the monthly. And that's the thing, guys. Like, even if we go down to those levels, I mean, so many people are bearish right now. Imagine if we go down to the 21 MA on the monthly, how much more people would be bearish, right? So people are already bearish right now, the bearish sentiment. You know, if that does happen, right, there'll be so much more bearish people. And technically for Bitcoin, we would still be in this uptrend still, right? Testing that 21. So I would say if we lose that 21 MA, that probably signals the top, but let's see. Thank you guys for the likes. You guys have been killing it. I'm bullish. I'm honestly bullish, even if you do pull back here to 96K or so. Right, I can't guarantee anything to you guys. I've been buying a ton. But I've been buying a ton knowing that we can go down lower. There's a probability that we can go down lower. Okay. 95K probably this Friday. Like I said, I think November will end November good. So there's a probability we can get a fake out mid-November, right? Scare a lot of people. I've been buying a lot of H-bar. I really like H-bar. But look, even though I've been buying H-bar, there's still a chance H-bar can, you know, lose that 0.5 level and retest that 618 around 10 cents. Right, this is a major level here where H-bar topped out. We had a God candle above it. We lose that 0.5 right here, right? Then we can definitely go back down there to put in a higher low. Yeah, but I do like H-bar. I think H-bar is definitely a long-term coin. I'm still going to take profits if we have that explosive move here for H-bar. Definitely going to take profits, but I'm bullish on it. Crow's another coin I think is a great coin too, because we had an explosive move here where we're having a big retest for Crow. So if you missed out Crow here around these levels here, I mean, I got most of it around 8 cents, 9 to 8 cents. But I bought more because I didn't have a ton here, right? So on this map, we went to 37 cents. Now we're getting that massive retest exactly to the 618 zone here for Crow. You see, so this is a massive retest for Crow in the 618. And I think Crow is set up. I mean, it's set up to be a great project. Yeah, I looked at Solana. Yeah, that's a big thing, right? The amount of Crow that's in circulation. I think that really that's the only downside of Crow, the tokenomics, right? The circulation. We can still get bullish Bitcoin, a correction price to 82K, like you said. To be honest, for Bitcoin, yeah, right. I'm pretty sure all coins will, only the strong will survive. So, you know, in the scenario, guys, if we do, you know, have some type of massive crash here, people are going to call it a bear market. All right, we do have a massive crash here to these levels here in the 80s. Only the strong altcoins will survive, right? That are looking really good in the charts, right? Like Chainlink is looking really good. But if that does happen, I definitely see Chainlink testing 10, maybe even 8 or something like that. What are your thoughts about inflation? Some crypto tokens get every month more tokens circulating. Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on inflation is, you know, some projects need inflation, right? Being part of the utility for whatever reason, right? But as long as it's not like a crazy ton of inflation, you know, if a coin has a lot of inflation with token unlocks, with one thing too that I would say even over inflation is the amount of holders, right? If you have most of the holders being the top 10 biggest holders, like 50% or more, that's going to be a lot of selling pressures from those wells, right? So yeah, vesting this, yeah. So, you know, I don't think inflation is 100% bad as long as it's not a lot, controlled, and you know, if it's used for the utility of the project, right? And when it comes to meme coins, like I like Toshi because it doesn't have any inflation. It's already, everything is out. Like there's no unlocks, there's nothing like that. I like Turbo as well. So like the meme coins that I like usually don't have inflation, like Toshi and Turbo. And one thing too about the meme coins is that you want to, you know, some meme coins have much higher holders being the top 10. I get your view on Tau. Tau, sure. I mean, I don't know the tokenomics for Tau. I know it has a very good. I mean, we can check it out right here. Actually, it has a very low amount, right? I think even less than Bitcoin, to be honest. Is it fully circulating? One thing I'll say about Tau, right, regarding myself and Tau is I missed out Tau on the massive crash down here. I was planning to buy it. I procrastinated. I forgot, and it was fast, right? We went to like 180. I had the chance to get it there. I procrastinated, right? And then recently we had the recent one. I was able to get Tau at around 280, 290 here. So it was like around 280, 260 where I got Tau. And then went all the way up to like 500. So I'm happy I at least got 1 point something Tau, right? In case, which I believe Tau will go into the thousands plus. But let's take a look here at Tau. So there's actually 21 million Tau total supply. Okay. But the circulating is 10.28 million. So, okay, so Tau, how do they get out? Is it based on unlocks or I know Tau is not proof of work, right? Yeah, token unlocks. There we go. Yeah, bit tensor token unlocks right here. I got it right at 300. 300, not bad. That's pretty good. So honestly, I like Tau. I think it's a great project, the AI project. It's a decentralized AI project. It's on all the major exchanges. Has 21 million. It's like the Bitcoin of AI, right? The decentralized AI coin. And I got to research how the unlocks work, right? I don't know how the unlocks work, how frequently they are. You know, over time, I know it unlocks. And then the max is 21 million. But hey, I mean, if you miss out on Bitcoin, you know, I missed out on Bitcoin. I'm definitely not missing out TAO, right? No, TAO has inflation. It does. It just has the full, basically how it works is the full circulating supply is 10.28, right? So kind of like half, but the token that unlocks is the inflation. So like even Bitcoin has inflation because from the miners, right? That's mining it. It's just it has a circuit, it has a limit, a cap, right? It just hasn't been mined 100% yet. Yeah. So basically for the so it does have inflation, right? So look, the TAO, basically the total supply is 21 million, just like Bitcoin, but the circulating supplies that's out there is only 10.28. That's out there. But the way that it gets out there is through token unlocks. So like the way that Bitcoin gets out there is through mining it, miners mining it. Well, TAO is based on token unlocks, I guess. And over time, you know, we get closer to that 21 million, right? So. Oh, it has a halving. So like the halving, but TAO is not proof of work though, right? It's like it's not proof of work like Bitcoin, but I get basically like the halvings are the token unlocks, I guess. Okay, let me see here. Very slow. Yeah, it's good to have slow unlocks for sure. And the halving for TAO is this December. That's gonna be bullish. So I mean, most likely, I see TAO going above 1,000 minimum this bull market, especially with the halving being this December. What was the coin someone asked me? XCN. Yeah, I forgot about XCN. I'll check it out. Check out XCN. But yeah, I'm happy I got at least one TAO, guys. It has the same amount of supply as Bitcoin. I mean, you know, I miss out on Bitcoin. I'm definitely not missing TAO, right? So let's take a look here at XCN to see if it's hibernating. Is this on Gate? All right, we'll just check the one on Gate. So yeah, I mean, XCN, we had a massive God candle recently in January 2025. Since then, we've been having a big dump here. The good thing we didn't dump right away, right? We didn't have a pump and dump. And I'm liking the Fibonacci here. Right? I'm liking this because we just touched that 618. So we just touched the 618 here for XCN. This is good, right? I like buying coins that retest that pump, and then when they retest, they're in the 618 level. I like buying coins at that, right? It's not guaranteed that we hold this level, right? We can stay flat here, get a bounce, but usually we do get a decent bounce here, or it is the higher low that we need. As for XCN, right, you know, the market continues to go down and everything. Our next level, if we do lose that 618, which we most likely will if the market moves down, is the top that we had here before we skyrocketed, which is around 0.29. So the trend right now is very, very bearish, right? It's massively down because like each month, boom, boom, we have a new low each month, boom, boom, boom. If we can flatten out here, right, we can kind of pivot here, show some bottoming signals here, some bottoming patterns, there's a big chance we can bottom here on the 618. If not, right, if we're kind of still, you know, we get a small bounce here, but we're kind of still struggling here, we're probably going to revisit that previous top here. Okay. So it's a big F for XCN. I'm bullish on it because I'm predicting, I believe it will hold the 618 or at least find a bottom there. But as we know, the market in Bitcoin breaks 100K, breaks 96K. We know this is going to go down to that level. Okay. Yeah, I'm holding. I'm buying actually. Brother, you smart guy. You will not miss TAO. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I wish I would have had more tower. I only have like 1 point something, but it's all good. Maybe I'll buy more if it continues to go down. You do analysis on Link and AVAX. I already did both, but I'll do it again. So look, Chainlink. So look, Chainlink, we're getting bullish divergence here on Chainlink on the weekly, which is good. So at any point here, Chainlink is going to find a bottom here. The only thing is here is this week, this is a big week for Chainlink because last week we held that 0.5, which is right here, the 0.5 Fibonacci. This week, as soon as the new week starts, we dump, we lose it. So if we get a close here on the week below that 0.5 here, we get a lower weekly close below that 0.5, which ends in 5 days. We're probably going to go down to that $13, $14. We lose that. Then we'll probably go and revisit 618, which is around 11 to 10. Okay, so right now I'm bearish on Chainlink short term, but let's see how the price action happens here, where we close out here in this week. Doesn't hurt to buy at 15. Honestly, I bought here at 15, at 14 when we had this huge wick down, but just be open-minded that we can easily, I mean not easily, but we can definitely go down to 11 and 10 again. Okay. Thank you for the gifts. Shout out to Marco. Appreciate it. Thank you for sending all the nice gifts. A lot of alts made new all-time lows. I'm like, how much lower can we go? Yeah, that's a great point right there by shorts. Right, this is a great, like, it's this entire bull market has always been right. Each major pullback this bull market, you should have been watching the coins that put in new lows and stayed away from them. Right, do not be buying coins that are putting in new lows in terms of long term. Right, like there are coins putting in new lows since the bear market of 2022 versus coins like Chainlink, which is, it's not putting new lows, right? It's putting in higher lows. And you know, the bear market, when it was during the bear market, it was around $5, $8, right? So these are the coins you want to be investing in that have a bullish market structure like Chainlink. I would even say Cardano. You can see how Cardano has a long-term bullish channel, right? But there are coins out there, right, that like Polkadot, I would say, I mean, it looks completely the opposite. We're putting in new lows here since 2022, right? So this is why you should always be analyzing here the charts and buying the coins that are looking strong based on the charts. And don't let anyone out there try to convince you that the charts don't matter, that it's random or makes no sense. There's no point of it, right? It doesn't matter to them because they don't understand, right? They don't take the time to really look at the facts here and see that the charts really do matter if you know how to really look at them and analyze them like I'm showing you guys here. It's not random based. And it can definitely help you make some really good decisions financially, when to sell, when to buy. So yeah, AVAX, yeah, I'm bullish on ETH. I'm very bullish on ETH because it's retesting a multi-year resistance top. And now with the government reopening, guys, we do have you know, the ETFs to look forward to. Right, so I think that's why I'm bullish for November and ending November. We can see some ETFs get approved. So yeah, AVAX came down a lot, right? We came down here to that 0.78. We actually were holding it, which is good. I would expect us to hold it. I don't see AVAX breaking that 0.78, closing below it and coming down further. I believe this is a big point of control because this is basically AVAX's bear market resistance top, right? I mean, AVAX basically couldn't break this the entire bear market until it finally did. And now we're retesting that. We're retesting that bear market top. So obviously people are going to be very bearish here, but what they don't understand is AVAX is retesting a very massive bear market top here where we couldn't break 17, 15 bucks here. We try to break. You can see how all this resistance on the 618 level, right? So we're kind of here in the range low here for AVAX. And I do think it's a good opportunity, right? AVAX being a great project. The only bearish thing here is if we do get a close, a new close here below 15 bucks, that would be bearish. But being this oversold, I would probably say the probability is we do hold this level. It's not confirmed yet on the government reopen. Well, I think is it confirmed yet? Because I heard that it reopened yesterday, I believe. AVAX team has been actively selling. Yeah, it's already reopened. So there's proof that the AVAX team has been selling. It's not confirmed yet. Can you check out Fetch? Yeah, I'll check out Fetch. I think someone asked me about a coin. Let me see here if I could scroll. Okay. How you feel about Algorand? Oh yeah, there it was. We'll check out Fetch here next. Algorand, how I feel about it. I still think Algorand is bullish here. It's kind of similar to Cardano, right? In this bullish channel, it's just that Cardano looks much more bullish. But I'm not completely bearish on Algorand, right? At least not yet. You know, there's a big chance if we close here on the monthly, especially, right? We get a lower monthly close here. There's a big chance we can go down to 14 cents. We test out the 14 cents top here, right? This zone, which we're not. I mean, we're not too crazy far from it, but either way, I'm bullish on Algorand. I believe it'll continue this bullish channel. Right, very similar to Cardano in a way. And we can see here the weekly. We're getting a major test here on this point of control level. Right, like I said, if we close below that, we're going down to 14 cents. But I like buying at these times. I like buying when we're testing these levels out, these very low levels. Right, even though there's a probability we can break it. There's also a higher probability we can bounce off of it. So these are the times I like buying. Buying time, you know, times of uncertainty, times of bearish sentiment. So, yeah. NW, what's up, bro? Zcash. I got you, bro. I'll check it out. Right after I check out Fetch here. Man, there's so many don't fall for the scams here on YouTube. There's so many scam comments out there on YouTube commenting about some random coin. Don't fall for it. Let's take a look here at Fetch. Man, Fetch had a massive dump here. When was this? Actually, is this the right Fetch chart I got here? Let me see. Check out, okay, this is a better chart. This is a better chart. Yeah, this is the chart that I gotta add here. See, because this chart shows the full history here for Fetch. Split it up here. All right, so I mean, Fetch is at a critical level here, right? Basically, a September low here from 2023. So I know some people are saying it's dead, but I want to say it's completely dead. You know, it is the 618 level, so This can certainly be the bottom here. For sure it could be the bottom here for fetch. Right, being the 618 here, the 618 zone, being the previous bounce here, the previous low. It's just a massive retest. I mean, fetch it did amazing here, and now it's a massive retest to the zone, and this could be where it bottoms out for sure. Or I'm not guaranteeing it, but if you're bullish on this project, this is definitely a good opportunity right here. And also seeing that it got a really good bounce here on the monthly at least. All right. And really now what needs to happen is where, you know, we're kind of getting resistance out of past support level. We need to pull back, put in a higher low, and then break that and flip it as support again. So I wouldn't say fetch is completely dead or bearish, but I would argue and say it's at a great opportunity right here. This definitely might be the low here. This zone. And you can see too, right, the biggest crypto crash. I mean, just imagine the amount of leverage traders that have longs on fetch here, 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 and here. Right? All of them got liquidated here, right? So this is a massive liquidation here for fetch. Not just fetch, a bunch of altcoins that had this huge wick down. And all those leverage traders got liquidated. Now, if fetch was bearish, look, if fetch was bearish, we would have had this, but we would have closed below this level and we would have been downtrending here. Okay? But we had this, we went up and we closed in the 618, and now we're getting a nice bounce here. So that's bullish. Despite the biggest crypto crash ever, right? That's a good sign right there. Even though we're still in this massive downtrend. But yeah. I do have a new video coming out tomorrow, Toshi and Turbo. Check it out on YouTube, guys. I'm about to hit 40K on YouTube. So if you guys still haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, go check it out. We're like 1K away. Actually 900 people away from hitting 40K. And if you also want like a first impressions video before you buy the Trezor Safe 7, if you want like a first impressions video where I show you the benefits, the features and everything, check it out. It's right here. Trezor Safe 7 wallet review, first impressions. And once I get it, I will put a review out. And you guys can check it out in my link bio. The Trezor Safe 7. Filecoin, I got you. I'll do Filecoin. Or can you check out Uni? Let's do Filecoin here, and then Uni, and then what we got? Ondo. This is a great thing to see for Filecoin, right? This is what you want to see. You want to see the biggest crypto crash, and then we potentially get a big reversal here. But like I said, the monthly for Filecoin, we need to have a monthly close at least above this level, right? We need to see kind of like tweezer bottoms. If we see a tweezer bottom here for Filecoin, we're good, especially being this oversold. So we're kind of testing the lows right here. So we got 19 days left, right? We can definitely wick down lower, and then towards the end of November we recover and we get a close here. We get a tweezer bottom that signals a big pivot change, right? A big momentum change here for Filecoin, in which we stop putting in lower lows and we start putting in higher highs. But I really like the tweezer bottom here potentially happening for Filecoin, especially if we get a close here above this level. Okay, so it's gonna be a big month for Filecoin. We can see on the weekly we had a beautiful candle here. Now we're getting that retest on the weekly. We're getting that retest on the weekly. Let's see if we can hold this level. Like I said, we can go down lower and then close here on the monthly above that 240 mark, and then get those tweezer bottoms, and then we're off we go. Okay. Vision Pulse. Wow, we got Vision Pulse on here, man. I'm a big fan of his channel. Look, yeah, I've always been bearish on Filecoin, right? I've always been bearish on it. I think the reason why I had this big pump here is also because it's apparently going to burn 50% of its supply. So if that's true, I mean, if Filecoin can fix their tokenomics, we might have one of the biggest comebacks here, right? But we know, I mean, Filecoin is a great example of a coin that has a lot of inflation. When you have a lot of inflation like Filecoin plus no demand, because I mean, during the bear markets and during these times, these altcoins don't have a lot of demand. You can have crappy tokenomics with a high demand altcoin season, and even if the tokenomics are horrible, coins can pump. But in a scenario with no demand, low liquidity, tighten, you know, no quantitative easing, quantitative tightening for that matter, this is what happens. You have a really ugly chart here, right? Just new lows, new lows, new lows. And let's see if they burn 50% of the supply, we get more demand, we get more hype. This can definitely recover. Probably to at least 10 bucks, right? We'll see. I don't know about 100, but we'll see. Too much inflation. Yeah, it's a lot of inflation, right? Does it have like infinity inflation? That's one thing too to, you know, be careful with coins like Luna that have like infinity inflation or whatever. Yeah, it's not very common. So hopefully that is true. Hopefully that does happen. There's no BS to that. We'll check out Ondo here for Anthony. Ondo's at a big crossroads too. And like I said, I like buying coins at these range lows because number one, it's uncertainty. Number two, it's at a range low, right? So if you missed out Ondo back here in August 2024, when it was at 60 cents, 64, 60, whatever, right? You missed out. You're getting the opportunity right now. It went to like 216, right? So they're like a 3x or something. But it's at a big crossroads because if you do get a bearish monthly candle, a lower low here. So if you get a monthly candle below 63 cents, that signals more downside for Ondo. Okay, but if not, if we get kind of like a double bottom here, we get a good monthly closing here in this level or even higher, that's a really good sign here for Ondo finding a bottom here. All right, we can see here on the weekly. You know, last week we put a double bottom here, right? We went down, we put a close here above the support, but then this week we lose that support and we're coming down here. But like I said, we can come down here to as low as 58 cents Ondo, right? Test that, and then we just need to have that monthly close around 63. But I do like the fact that it's very oversold. It's at the range lows here, testing the bottom here from back in 2024. So I do like Ondo. It's just that we get a bearish closing here, we can go down lower. Uni, I got you, bro. We'll do Uni. I told you guys I'll do all your favorite altcoins till the end. I believe I'm bullish on Bitcoin in this market towards the end of November, right? So we can definitely go lower here mid-November and then kind of have a recovery towards the end. That's just my viewpoint. Yeah, these bots are pretty annoying. KTA, I'll do KTA too. So Uni, I'm liking Uni, man. This is looking pretty good here. Really like this bounce on Uni on the monthly, right? We see here. You see right here, right? We had the biggest crypto crash, liquidating a tons of leverage traders. All the way, man, that's crazy. And then we get a huge bounce here. I mean, this is a bullish price action here because one thing is to go down, you know, that low and kind of struggle down here around that $5 mark. The other thing is to kind of flatten out, test out again, and then big bounce here for uni. And we really look at it on the monthly, or we can have just some massive inverse head and shoulders here play out for uni. So we break that neckline here, we're gonna get a massive pump for uni. So it is looking pretty good here. We are, you know, the resistance here, we can see why we're getting some resistance here on uni. That 50 MA in green, the 100 MA in purple. So uni's, we lost all those MAs crashing down. Now we're getting resistance here. What's gonna happen is we'll probably flatten out here, pull back a little bit more, and then break those resistance. And then the next target is 11 bucks uni. So I see very good December coming. Yeah, me too. I feel like this is my idea, right? What was it, like 4 years ago? People talk about the 4-year cycle. This is my cycle. We've been in this bear market cycle since 4 years ago, November 2021, right? After November 2021, we came crashing down. Well, it's gonna be 4 years since then, right? So this is I feel like we're gonna break that cycle. And then after Thanksgiving, or towards the end of this month, I believe we'll have a complete turnaround. Yeah. What's your favorite crypto, bro? Great question. So, I mean, Dogecoin was my first coin I bought. It was kind of like the gateway to crypto. It's also the coin I do mine. I mine Litecoin and Dogecoin and Sia coin. So I can say Dogecoin is probably my favorite one. But man, I don't know. I like I also do like a lot of XRP. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the hype on XRP. And I really like Bitcoin too. I think Bitcoin is it's really the face of this industry, right? I mean, if you're holding I think everyone should have a Bitcoin only wallet and just have that as a long-term savings, like holding long-term. Just every single month, just buy Bitcoin and send some Bitcoin to that Bitcoin wallet. And that's what I recommend. I recommend the Trezor if you guys want to get a Bitcoin only wallet or just a regular crypto wallet. You guys can use my link in my link bio for the Trezor. It's a great wallet. Which gonna do best? I mean, I think Sui can do really good. I think Sui can do really good. XRP as well. There's probably gonna be a lot of, you know, random coins doing it. Like Zcash came out of nowhere, right? That's been doing really well. But I think you know, any coins connected to Ethereum too, I think will do extremely well. To be honest, I really never looked into Arculus. I know some people like it. I honestly prefer Tangem. I like Tangem, but I never looked into Arculus. I think, yeah, I think the reason why is because Arculus is not like open source, or like there's something behind them I didn't like. I forget. But I do prefer Tangem. But even ahead of that, I prefer Trezor because it's open source and just a lot better in my opinion. It's gonna be a pre-sale. I never heard of that pre-sale. I haven't looked into Monad. Yeah. But man, if we get the $2, right, tariff checks or whatever it is, that's gonna be a lot of quantitative easing, right, for this bull market. Very similar to the stimulus checks coming in. So let's hope that happens. Let's hope that does happen. Let's hope we get quantitative easing. We get the interest rates to come down. Like I said, guys, I'm bullish on 2026. You can check out my latest TikTok about regarding the Samuel Bennett chart. It is going to be Bitcoin's enemy year next year. There's an open source, open hacking possibilities. The reason why I like open source is because it's audited, and being open source, you have people that can test it out, right? So like white hats that are always testing it out. When it's when it's a closed source, you really can't, right? You don't have that option to test it out and see if there's any leaks or any problems, right? Or have the ability to update if there is a problem, right? The white hats find a problem. They're like, okay, there's this security problem. Let's update this, and then you update with the new update or whatever. So I think open source is better than closed source, because being closed source, there's no proof that you got to have trust in that company or whatever, right? Because being closed source, who knows if there's a backdoor or something, or if there's some type of error in their code that eventually could be hacked somehow. You know what I mean? So that's why I like open source, and why I really like Trezor. But you know, I think Ledger's 5% closed source. It's like 95% open source. I think the only 5% is like something to do with the chip or something. So maybe they did Dogecoin already. If not, can you? Actually, I didn't do Dogecoin yet. Gotta check it out, bro. If Filecoin explodes, we are done. That'll be hilarious, right? Yeah. I haven't done a Dogecoin yet. My opinion on Dogecoin. Let's start out the monthly. I always like starting with the monthly, working our way down to the weekly and daily, right? So the monthly, you see that there's a lot of monthly support here. Like I say, the closing is everything. We can have these wicks down, right? The liquidation wicks, but the closing is everything. We close below this support level. We close below that 16 cents and a half. So that support level right there for Dogecoin. I can't guarantee anything, right? But 9 times out of 10, we're probably going to go down here to the 618 around 14 cents. 14 to 12. But again, it's a big thing, right? The monthly has to close below that. Put a new monthly close here around that 16 and a half or so. So it's a big thing to happen. And also because too, right, we do that, the 50 MA is right there on the 618. We'll also be testing the 50 MA as well as the 618, which is this level right here. So it's a big what if here for Dogecoin. We're very oversold, so it might not happen. We might not get that close. We might bottom out here. All right, now let's take a look here at the weekly. That's the monthly. Weekly, massive retest to here. What I like about the weekly here, and what gives me more bullish sentiment on Dogecoin finding a bottom here, and why I've been buying Dogecoin too, I actually mine it, is the fact that we're putting in a higher low while we're putting in a lower low on stochastic. I don't know if you can see stochastic right there. Right, but we're putting in a lower low on stochastic. That's bullish divergence, right? Hidden bullish divergence. So usually that signals a bottom coming in very soon. So that makes me very optimistic here for Dogecoin. All right, we did lose that 100 MA, so that's pretty bearish. And that 200 MA is around the same level, right? The 618. So, man, I mean, yeah, there's a big chance we can have a panic sell, right? A panic dump, touch that 618, and then recover. But either way, right, I don't see Dogecoin going lower than that. If we do have that, we'll touch that and we'll be ready to move back up. Long term, I'm bullish on Dogecoin. It's in this massive uptrend. It's just really it's really getting ready to really explode at some point here. And I love buying when we're extremely oversold, especially on the monthly. Especially on the monthly. One thing too, right? Next time on the monthly, Dogecoin is overbought. So let's say Dogecoin is overbought here. You better sell between 1 to 3 months, okay? It's probably going to top out between 1 to maybe 4 months, but probably 3. 1 to 3 months, Dogecoin will probably top out. So I'll be live streaming. So if you want to be up to date, Just always come to my live streams, put the notification bell so you guys know when I go live, when I upload a video. Very active on YouTube as well. I have a video coming out tomorrow. So my estimate top has always been the same. Ever since like the bear market. It's 150, it's from 160 to 230, right? 160 to 230. The probability is that we top out there, right? I would probably say like 70% chance, right? And then the 20% or 30% chance we skyrocket higher, possibly to 420, 450, 420. Right, but the higher, I'm definitely gonna be taking profits here. Okay, but yeah, I do see Dogecoin going to at least 150. I'm very bullish. But yeah, oh yeah, my bad. Zcash. I forgot to check out Zcash for you, bro. I'll check out Zcash. Let's take a look here at Zcash. Do I think it found the bottom? Well, thank you for the educational opportunity. Appreciate it. God bless. 132. God bless you too, bro. Thank you. Appreciate you coming on here. And my story with Zcash is kind of similar to Tau. Well, not really. But I bought Zcash back when it was like 30 bucks, like 25 bucks back in the bear market. Where I messed up was I only bought one, right? I have like 1.10 or something like that. So I should have bought more Zcash. But you know, I'm grateful that I at least bought one. I was able to at least change 25 bucks to 400 bucks where it's at now, right? So I'm grateful for that. I didn't sell. I didn't take profits. We did come down here to the Fibonacci target right here. So we hit that Fibonacci target right there. But I still see more upside for Zcash. I still see more upside here. The possible highest top could be 190, 1,200. Not 190, 1,200. So we'll see. I'm definitely gonna monitor Zcash here. Let's see if it topped out here, if it found the local top. Let's see where we can pull back down to. Right? Because I mean, this is massively up here, so it's very normal if this pulls back. If we get a tweezer top here, we're definitely pulling back to the baseline here at 256 for sure. In fact, I would probably say we probably will come down here to that 256 level here, or at least wick down here to like 292 level, just simply because it was our previous top level. Okay, so before Zcash goes to 1,000, there's a big chance we can have a fast retest to 250, 290 or whatever around here, this level, simply because that was where our top was last cycle. Okay, so we can have a fast retest here. If you missed out, you can buy some here, and then we can get a big bounce to this level, and then the next level 1,200. Bro, what's your code for Keystone Wallet? I'm probably getting one this month. For Value Gary, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. My code, I believe, is here. Let me just double check, but it should be Sir Lewis. It should be Sir Lewis. Let me actually go to it right here. And by the way, guys, you know, in my link that's in my profile, I have links to Trezor, to Keystone, to Tangent, to Ledger. If you guys want to get a good coupon, a good discount, you can use my links, and it will also help on my channel. Thank you in advance if you guys do use it. But yeah, you can see right here, this is how my link looks. You can scroll down, and then you'll see right here, Keystone, Trezor, Tangent, Elipal, Ledger, right? So let's do Keystone here, just to want to verify what my code is. And then if you don't want to click it, you can just manually go to it and then just put the coupon code Sir Lewis. I believe it should work the same. And look, I've been using Keystone, like their main wallet, the Keystone 3 Pro, for about 3 months now. It's definitely a great wallet. I would say my two favorite ones is Keystone 3 Pro, and Trezor. But the Trezor, the Safe 7 that's coming out is probably gonna be the best one, my favorite one once it comes out. Let me just check. I don't know what happens. Something regarding XRP, right? Let me see. Yeah, for some reason it's not working for some reason. Maybe just use my link and then it should automatically put it. Oh, my bad. It's actually Lewis. My bad. So Fair Value Gary, if you're still here. So my code is actually Lewis. I got it mixed up with the Tangent one. So if you use the code Lewis for Keystone 3 Pro, right there, you get $7 off, 7.47. Okay. And I know this, I mean, this is a pretty big price here, but it's definitely a great wallet because it's air gapped. I think it has like 3 chips. So it has like 3 chips. You can have multiple accounts on it, and it's open source. So pretty good wallet. Crypto Granny, what's up? Hey Lewis, are you getting to the Monad Layer 1 pre-sale, the 17th Coinbase? Yeah, some people have been commenting about that. I didn't know it was happening. How do I what are the steps to get into it on the pre-sale? It's on Coinbase. I definitely gotta look into it. If Crypto Granny's into it, I definitely gotta look into it for sure. They'll drop it like $100 or so during Black Friday. Yeah. So yeah, that's a great point. You can wait till Black Friday, get their discount, and then use my discount on top of that. So if you wait till Black Friday, you get the discount for that, and then you can also use my discount on top of that. And I know that because they told me that. They told me that my discount can be added on top of it. USDC minimum buy the 17th, launches on the 25th. And then they allocate like stocks. Minimum purchase 100, max 100K. Oh wow, okay. Nah, I'm definitely gonna look into it. For sure. I mean, I'll probably do at least 100 or more, right? But I'm definitely gonna research it. Let me know, what's your thoughts? Have you looked into it? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna research it. When I go live this week, I'll share my opinions and my thoughts on it. I'll probably make a video on YouTube too if this week. So subscribe to my channel if you guys are on there. If you search Mon, you will see it. But let's look it up right now. It's a new layer 1. It's the first time we ever get a pre-sale. Wow. That's a pretty big deal, being a layer 1. And it's kind of surprising because it's on Coinbase, right? Layer 1 for Coinbase, man. Okay, I see it right here. Search it up on CoinMarketCap. Monad. How do you pronounce it? Monad or Monad? Monad, I'm pretty sure, right? Total supply 100 billion. Layer 1, wow. Right, so it's not like this is like a base coin or Ethereum coin or something like that. It's a layer 1. Let's check out the site. Let me check out its website and its X, Twitter. Very interesting. Shout out to all you guys on here and Crypto Granny for letting me know. I'm definitely gonna look into it. They will launch 1 token per month. Monad, okay. You call it Mana D. I was in some type of airdrop thing for Monad forever ago. I have no idea where it is. Lost it. Man, be careful, guys, with these airdrops. Look, if you guys do these airdrops, have a burner wallet. There's like really bad stories of people that did airdrops with their wallets and it was like their basically like their main wallet where they had most of their crypto on, and then they got it drained. So if you're gonna do these airdrops, do it on a burner wallet where you don't have a ton on. So okay, so this is it. Monad. Layer 1 blockchain bringing parallel execution to the EVM. 10,000 TPS, not for UK persons. Okay. That's awesome.
Platform. And the first token sale on the platform is MON, the gas token for the Monad network.
Well, let's actually put this up because I want to hear it.
In the token sale. When will it go live? Coinbase is launching a token sales platform, and the first token sale on the platform is MON, the gas token for the Monad network. What does this mean? Who can participate in the token sale? When will it go live? What is Monad? I sat down with Scott Shapiro from Coinbase, Keone Han, and Kevin McCordick from the Monad Foundation to find out the answers to these questions and more. The following is our conversation. Hey everyone, welcome back to the
it's 30 minutes. If you guys want to watch it, it's on their Twitter. It's 31 minutes. But very interesting. The first ever here, Coinbase, and it's going to be a layer 1. That's awesome. And so it starts November 17th. Okay. It's going to be accessible in 80 countries, including the US. Key details of the sale. The sale is open from November 17th, 9 a.m. to November 22nd. My bad, guys. Let me see. It's kind of messing up here. I don't know why it does that. All right. They're going to launch 1 token per month. 1 token per month? That's crazy. I guess that's good, I guess, for, you know, prevent people from dumping, I guess. But let's check it out here. So the sell is 7.5% of the total supply at a price of like Crypto Granny said, 0.025. People can bid up to 100K. Yeah, okay, so definitely got to research what's the, like the other supply. What are they going to do with the other supply? But it's going to be 7.5% of the total supply. Okay. They will lock, okay, so they're going to lock 50% here according to Crypto Granny. No, at the top it said not for UK persons, for UK persons to go to this account, but I do believe you should be able to buy it in UK. It's just that this is the USA account, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this. Hold up. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna participate in it for sure. It's pretty good that they allow at least $100 minimum. I did see on Coinbase, so must do. You only get allocated by the algorithm, so all buys aren't guaranteed. Wow. It's gotta be, I guess you gotta be quick then. Mana is raising at 2.5 billion valuation. Be careful. Let's actually kind of look at I want to look at its website here, because I want to see more info about it. Performance, decentralization, community. You can also run a node here. So I'm pretty sure that will probably require a lot. But very interesting. You did the same thing? Let me see here regarding the node. Okay. What's needed here? Yeah, so I'm trying to find out how much to run a node. Let me actually ask it right here. So they actually have this thing on the website. It's called Monad AI. So hopefully it answers my question. All right. All right, let's scroll up here. So the cost to run a node depends on the specific blockchain network and the type of node you want to operate. Here are some examples from the provided context. So they have types of nodes here, right? So the Cartesi node, one-time setup along with cost. You need ETH to pay for gas fees, okay? Gas fees. Stake CTC-SI, 69,000 gas. So it's just saying about it doesn't really say how much you will need for it. It's just talking about what you need to have for your hardware, basically. Also, when you have time, look into Caffeine AI by ICP. It's not a coin, but it's an AI ran on ICP. Okay. Caffeine AI. I'll check it out. Let me actually put it here on my phone list here so I remember. Caffeine AI ICP. Thank you. Shout out to Crypto Granny for all the great news on here. Because I definitely would have not looked at this if it wasn't for her. So like I asked her how much Monad, right? It says the context does not specify on the exact amount of Monad tokens or dollar value required to run a Monad node. You will need a server, physical cloud, and a stable internet connection. There's no mention of staking or token minimum for node operation in the current documentation. So I guess it's not out. If it does happen, they'll probably come out with an update or something, but yeah. But yeah, thank you. Hop off the live. But yeah, thank you, Crypto Granny. Shout out to Crypto Granny for all the great alpha. Always great to have her here in the live stream. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into Caffeine AI by ICP and also Monad for sure. And yeah, have a blessed night. Have a blessed night, Crypto Granny, and to everyone here as well. Shout out to everyone. We got 10,000 likes, and you guys were amazing here in this live stream. So love you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Shout out to you guys on YouTube. I have a new YouTube video coming out tomorrow, so check it out. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.